So I had a very different story of hope drafted for you this morning. You see, I plan to share the story of finally finding an apartment after months of searching and more than 20 discouraging showings in a market where rent prices kept rising, scammers were everywhere, and working in ministry limited things financially for me. I thought the hope was finally finding something perfect in a very imperfect renting situation. Most places I saw were disappointing. Either the layouts didn't work or the neighborhoods didn't feel safe. Then, unexpectedly, I met a property manager at an open house in the Stockade who genuinely seemed to care and was willing to work with my financial limitations and lease concerns. Even after I turned down the first few places, he kept pursuing other options for me. In a process that felt impersonal, having someone listen patiently and answer my questions honestly felt hopeful. Eventually, a place opened up that seemed to check every box in prayer. A good location, off-street parking, a backyard, extra space, and room to host people. The signs pointed to this being from God. But while others expressed excitement for me and carried a confident sense of peace, I found myself overwhelmed by nightmares and irrational fears. After seeking counsel, I finally said yes to the apartment. Things were pretty smooth at first, until they weren't. One issue after another came up, and suddenly the hope I thought I had started disappearing as old fears and memories resurfaced. Housing has never been a stable thing for me. After becoming homeless at 18, I spent years moving through unstable homes and unsafe apartments surrounded by dysfunction, addiction, domestic violence, police visits, infestations, black mold, the list goes on. And I learned how to survive on my own and not need anyone. So when problems started happening again, my instinct was the same. Leave, run, start over, isolate. But this week, in the middle of repairs and setbacks, I was confronted with the question of whether I had misplaced my hope. What if hope was never really about finding the perfect apartment? What if real hope was found in the people God placed around me, something that I didn't have before? The people who didn't let me walk through this alone, the people who responded to my anxiety with compassion, those who gave furniture and household items so I could save money, who showed up early in the cold and the snow to help me move boxes, who opened their homes when things went wrong, listened while I vented, and kept praying for me. This week, at a very low point, Pastor Josh reminded me that hope is not found in perfect circumstances. And I think that's what Paul understood throughout the New Testament. He wrote about hope while sitting in prison, enduring beatings and shipwrecks, and facing uncertainty. His hope was never rooted in comfort or stability, but in the faithfulness of God to sustain him through every trial. In Romans 5, Paul writes that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope. And hope never puts us to shame. Not because life suddenly becomes easy, but because God meets us in the middle of it, often through his people. Sometimes hope looks less like escaping hardship and more like discovering you were never meant to endure it alone.